Creative rides, from the classic to the insane.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have an auction. We have it at 145, we have it at 145.55.
So there's a nostalgia, there's an attachment to cars.
I literally grew up as a child running around all of these cars.
It talks to me, this car. My all-time favorite. It really is.
If you're new to the classic car market, this is a great car to buy.
There are very few brands I can say I haven't driven.
Call my insurance company, okay?
We are going to be featuring 24 vehicles that are going under the hammer.
Last call. Sold, sold, sold. Congratulations, so you just bought a Ferrari. Chrysler Valiant, the American family sedan. She'll go forever. Valiant have an old legacy and a strong legacy in South Africa. We take any of it to go, ladies and gentlemen. 75,000. Thank you, sir.
With summer in the air and the holidays just around the corner, you might be in the mood for a road trip. In the 1970s, this Valiant would have been your first choice. However, if you are planning on taking the extended family with you, you might need a few extra seats.
Our three featured lots for this episode are once again located at the Secure Cash at Monte Casino, where Sabby met up with the team from Creative Rides to find out more about each unique vehicle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Sold in 60 Seconds. We're coming to you from Monte Casino rooftop. It's so great to be here and to see where they park the amazing cars, talking about Creative Rides. Right now, I'm hanging out to the First Lady of Creative Rides. Terry, how are you?
How's it, Savvy?
You good?
I'm always good.
Let's get to know you a little bit better. Your
Sure.
journey with cars, when did it start?
So I actually grew up in showrooms.
Okay.
My dad started off at Birchmore's in the 70s. From there, had exotic cars. So I literally grew up as a child running around all of these cars.
So you learned how to drive in what car?
Oh, lots of cars.
The first exotic car you drove that you absolutely enjoyed?
First exotic car that I drove would probably have been a Ferrari.
Wow.
Because that sticks out in my head.
And if I'm picking you up on a date, what's the ideal exotic car I should use?
Ooh, on a date, Merc.
A Merc.
Has to be a Merc.
Okay,
If you arrive in a BMW, you can just turn around and go.
If you had to go to an auction and buy a car, what are the key things that you look out for?
Key things at auction, obviously paintwork. I need to see the paintwork. Is there any rust on the cars?
Yeah.
And the paperwork that comes with it.
Yeah.
Those would be my main things to have a look at.
Have you ever seen a car on the floor that you wish you could buy? Or you ended up say for yourself?
There's one on auction this year. It's the Ponton, the
Okay.
1958 Mercedes Ponton.
Why do you want that one?
It's beautiful. Classic 1958, hardwood finish. Can't go wrong.
It's a Volkswagen Kombi, it's 1975. It looks so beautiful. I love also how the colors just coordinate. Iconic to South Africa.
Absolutely.
Tell me more about it.
And the colors are obviously very iconic. It's the apple candy red, so absolutely beautiful with the whites.
Is it an automatic? Is it manual?
It's manual, 4-speed manual. It's got obviously the safari windows. It is a splitty. Inside, it's got the lovely classic 60s diner checkered floor. It's also fondly known by the current owner as Myrtle.
everything looks brand new, if I had to say so myself.
Everything has been done over. It's a really good restoration. So the owner put a lot of time and effort in. It's also got air conditioning. So it had the upgrade of air conditioning, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially if you're wanting to have some fun, because that's what you do in the Kombis, right? You go on a road trip. If you actually go have a look at the back, we could have champagne. They've got a nice rack for the wine and champagne glasses. So there's a lot of special detail that's been put on the inside. Makes it stand out more than the rest.
How much do you think we're going to get for this one?
We're probably looking anything from $750 to $950.
$750 to $950?
Yeah.
Absolutely loving this one. To 1975, if this one speaks to you, let's see how it's going to move on the floor. Will it be sold in 60 seconds? And for how much? I guess we'll find out.
$1975 Volkswagen Kombi Splitty. Getting into the Splitties, and this is one of the best we've had for a while. Retrofitted with a twin-port engine. This one also has air conditioning. Firstly, I just opened the front window. And it has the diner finish. If these Kombis could talk. Online's already gone. Here we have it. Any other to go now? 300,000. 300,000. Any other selling a 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. 600,000, 6 and a quarter. 675. At 675,000, any other to have it at 675. You could be spending the summer in your Splitty at the beach at 675 with a twin port engine, air conditioning, and a roof. Have it at 9,700,000. Have it at 10 at 71. Any other to have it at 71. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. At 73, 73, 73, selling at 73. At 30,000, any other to go. Any other to hit it again. Any other at 73. 4, 4, 4, 4 now. At 74, any other to have it at 75. 76. At 76, 77 a bit. Any 77 a bit now. At 77 a bit, it's 10,000 more like her. At 77 a bit, any other to have it at 7,700, sir. At 77, don't hit it too hard, you're going to break it. At 77 a bit, at 800,000 rands. At 800,000, any other to have it, 81, yes or no. 82, sir. At 82, any other to have it, 82, 82, 80. Online at 8,200. At 82, any other to have it, first call at 8,200. Second call at 820,000. Full fair final warning. Hammers high, hammers up, last call, 8,200, last call. Sell it. Sold at 820,000 rands. Congratulations online, you just bought a car.
In the end, the Splitty had no trouble smashing Terry's bottom estimate of 750,000 rand. In fact, Myrtle, as she's affectionately known, trumped all the other VW Kombis at this year's auction. After the break, we turn back the clock to the 1950s and the origins of the Land Rover legend.
You get landy guys. They're just landy nuts. And for them, a fantastic Series 1 is absolutely out of this world.
The 50s, period correct, Land Rover Series 1. Online has already started, 100,000, 200,000.
In South Africa, we love nothing more than exploring the great outdoors. And with the whole continent beckoning, all you need is a passport, some gear, and the perfect vehicle. The Land Rover was originally conceived as a workhorse in rural Britain, but quickly found a second home here in Africa, where its appeal remains as strong today as it did 70 years ago.
Taking it way back to the 50s, this Land Rover beast right here, Kevin, tell me more about it.
So Land Rover started making Landies in 1948.
Okay.
Series 1s. This is the 1950s. A lot of the Land Rovers did come to Africa. They were designed to work in the rough. They are agricultural, so they're slow and they're tough. It's got an upgraded motor. It's got a 2-litre, which is actually quite hard to find, which gives it a bit more grunt. And this is an 80-inch, a short wheelbase, with a top, as you see, a little canvas top. The top comes off, the back goes off, the windows drop down, and you're driving this cool little thing in the bush. What an absolute pleasure. It's in perfect condition because it's been completely rebuilt. It has some newer bits.
Yeah.
It has lights on it that weren't originally there. It's got an updated electronic system to make it a bit easier to drive. If you look at the quality of the work done on this car, it's what we would have termed a nut and bolt restoration. The canvas that they had was this, and they've turned it into something really, really marvelous. You get landy guys, they're just landy nuts. And for them, a fantastic Series 1 is absolutely out of this world. The Series 1 Land Rover is the thing to have in any Land Rover collector. There's no doubt about it.
Do you see this one probably staying in South Africa, considering the fact that it's right-handed? The UK might try to get this one back home?
I think you're going to find some international buyers having a punt at this because it is absolute collector's piece and they've grown in value hugely. They were like throwaway things on farms for years and years and years. You know, today people are finding them, refurbishing them, and they end up as beautiful as this. The UK market would be very interested in this, Europe would be interested in this, and even Australia would be interested in this.
And it's still in good condition to even put it back in the farm if you have a farm. You know?
Absolutely.
It's ready to work. The one big question everyone is asking themselves, how much are you asking for this bad boy here?
They probably sell for around £30,000
Okay.
to 40-odd thousand pounds, depending on how pure the car is. In other words, is it a numbers matching car? Has it got the right rivets on it? Is it that perfect car? So this isn't that perfect car, but there certainly is a complete nut and bolt. It's been wonderfully done. So this is a 650 to 750 car.
So 650 to 750 is what Kevin, he feels like this might go for. How about we cross over and see how much this bad boy is gonna go for?
The iconic 1950 Series 1. A must-have for all Land Rover collectors. If you have one, I'd buy another. The 50s period correct Land Rover Series 1 online has already started 100,000, 200,000. At 200,000, you have it at 200, have it at 253, 335. At 30, have it at 35, Mike, have it at 35, Mike at 35, 35, 35. 400, have it at 500, have it at 4, 4, have it at 4, selling at 4 now. 500,000 at 55, 55, 55, 55. 550,000 at 50, have it at 600,000. At 6, have it at 6, a quarter, 625, 650, 675, 50, 75, 50, 75. Series 1. Must have for any Land Rover collector at 675. At 675, any other at 675, 555. On the Series 1, period correct. Actually looks just off you came off the factory floor. 675,000 rands. You're in, sir. At 75, and you have it 75, 775, 50, 75, 50, 75 now. Series 1, have it 675, 50, 75, 55. Once now at 675. Second call at 675. Have it 675. Third and final call in all time. Last call. Congratulations. Sold it at 675,000.
Luckily, this particular Series 1 will remain right here in Africa, where it will no doubt enjoy many more bush adventures. If your idea of adventure entails something a little more intense than a weekend in the Kruger, then don't go away, because after the break we have a vehicle that's ready to conquer entire continents.
There's a beast behind me, a Unimog.
Yes, Mercedes-Benz Unimog U5000.
Go anywhere, anytime, any place. Every accessory known to man is on this car. It's online, any of it, go with it, 2 million. Here we go, gentlemen.
space, size doesn't matter. And even though this mantra does hold true with the dainty Land Rover Series 1, if you really want to go everywhere, sometimes you need something a little bit bigger.
Still watching the coolest car show on TV, sold in 60 seconds, looking at the cars going under the hammer. There's a beast behind me. Mark, it's called a Unimog.
Yes, it's a Mercedes U5000 Unimog, customly known here in our shop as the zombie truck. Underneath, its base is the Mercedes-Benz U5000 double cab. It has a 4.8 litre turbo 4-cylinder motor, plenty of gears. It's actually quite interesting to drive. It's semi-electric on the clutch. So you select the gear, then the physical clutch, and then it changes. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely not what you're normally used to when it comes to driving. But it has all the mod cons. You can shift on the fly into four-wheel drive. You've got high and low range. So in 2012, a gentleman we happen to know of commissioned to have this built. It's set up as a camper for your great African, Siberian outdoor adventures.
Yeah.
You could go basically anywhere in the world with this. You will find everything is electric. There's no gas on it. We have 4 solar panels with just batteries to operate the solar system.
Yeah.
So when you parked off somewhere, you got your panels up, you're charging. The box and the living quarters was built by Alucab, which is a good South African company. You have 2 options to get into the living quarters, either through the cab itself or up the ladder on the outside. Upon walking in there, the first thing you're going to see is you have a toilet and a shower, modern conveniences while you're on the fly. Walk through that, you're in the kitchen space. There are 2 sinks and an electric stove, all powered by the solar system. To your right, you have your bed that drives out electrically and also becomes a couch. Other conveniences is a DSTV system in there, as well as a CCTV system on it that you can view from the cameras around the truck and one underneath to see what's happening around you while you're chilling in your cabin space. Plus,
There's
aircon.
more. There's aircon.
There's aircon.
So what kind of person needs a car like this?
It would be the rugged off-roader adventurer. It has self-inflating tires from the dashboard.
What?
Yes. Day to day, on the road, you need X tire pressure.
Yeah.
When you go off into sand, you need a much lower tire pressure.
Oh.
So what happens is the tires go down, they give you a bigger footprint, giving you more grip in the dirt.
That is crazy. You can do it on the dashboard.
And you do that on the fly, on the dash.
Okay. It's like a transformer, this thing. Love the color choice. It's not your conventional black.
It's a camo blue.
Okay.
It's a wrap, so underneath it is the silver truck.
Yeah.
So if you get bored of the blue, you can change it to whatever you like.
Wow. I don't need to buy a house when I have that car. I can just live on the road.
100%.
Travel, explore. You don't have to worry about gas prices because you got that solar up there literally stealing from the sun to fuel your journey. I love it. How much?
We estimate 4 to 5 million rand.
4 to 5 million. It's fully worth it. Can I please take a look?
100%.
Let's take a look and see right now how much did it go for at Monty?
Here we go. The 2012 Mercedes-Benz U5000 Unimog camper. We like to call it the zombie truck. Go anywhere, anytime, any place. Every accessory known to man is on this car. Off the grid camping. It has solar panels on the roof. There's even an air conditioner. It is an absolute beast of a car. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's online already. Here we go. 2 million, it's online, and you have it go with it. 2 million, here we go, gentlemen, and you have it go now. At 2 million, and you have it at 2.25, 5, and you have it at 2.5 now. At 275, and you have it at 275, 75, 7,500, 800,000. At 2.8, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 55, at 800,000. Once now at 2,800,000, it's all online. 2,800,000, and you have it at 2.8, sir. At 285, yes or no? At 885, 885, 885. At 2.8, fill it, and you have it at 2.8. Last call. Once at 2,800,000 on the zombie truck. As twice at 2,800,000. Fair warning. Phones are out, online's in. Third and final call. Congratulations, sir. Sold, sold, sold at 2,800,000 rands.
Well, that brings us to the end of another exciting episode of Sold in 60 Seconds. Next week, we shift gears to the two-door models, and we start with a seldom-seen Maserati Merak.
She has been recently restored in a beautiful Magenta Silver. Under the hood is a mid-mounted V6 quad-cam motor.
Restored with original interior. It's online, it's already gone, sir.
We then move to a BMW that set the company's future in motion.
This was their first two-door sports car with a 6-cylinder motor. The car had performance, beautiful driver's car.
And she's sky blue. Second call.
And we drool over a Mercedes-Benz that's fit for royalty.
190 SL Roadster. The biggest feature is the styling.
An iconic car, very well restored. 1 million, we can open the bidding at 1 million.
Creative Rides, South Africa's biggest collector car auction event.